Thank you, Speaker. To the acting Premier. Yesterday, Premier McGuinty said parents who were denied support because they hadn't witnessed the murder of their children can expect changes to his broken Victims of Crime program. But Ontario families have heard it all before from this Premier. In 2006, he said he would fix the problem after the Ombudsman described how Mr. Aurelio Almeida was treated like a con artist for seeking support following the rape and murder of his 5-year-old daughter. And Eva Marie Devine had to choose between food and burying her murdered daughter. In 2008, the Premier said he would fix the problem after getting advice from the Honourable Roy McMurtry. It's 2011, and nothing's changed, not even your briefing notes. So I say to the acting Premier, can you tell grieving families why they should believe a Premier who broke his promise to them twice already?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Community Safety and Correctional Services.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of the Attorney General, I say that you will recall the answer of the Attorney General in the House and the Premier in the House, indicating clearly that a review of this matter was taking place. I think what's important, and the member would agree with me, is to state how much money has been allocated in this regard. Since 2003, the Ministry of the Attorney General has provided $757.6 million on vital services for victims of crime, and in 2010-2011, there has been an allocation of an additional, I say an additional, $120 million. This is almost double the amount that was allocated in 2002-2003, the last year of the previous government. So we've seen a significant and substantial increase.
Well, Minister, another review isn't needed. You went out and got advice twice already on Premier McGuinty's Broken Victims Compensation Program, even though there's no mystery to what the problem is or how to fix it. Take the surplus you're sitting on in the Victims Fund and release it to victims and law enforcement agencies. Change the definition of victim so it includes parents whether or not they witness the crimes committed against their children, and add victim compensation representation to the Criminal Injuries Compensation Board. Despite having already received advice from both the Ombudsman and the Honourable Roy McMurtry, you're stonewalling victims by asking the Criminal Injuries Compensation Board for yet a third opinion. Minister, what is Premier McGuinty's timeline for action that actually gives relief to Ontario families who are victims of crime?
I think the member for Lanark interjects. I'm worried about what's happening in Eastern Ontario, but what the member for Lanark is trying to do for the member from...
I would just remind the minister to just stay on the point of the question, please.
Being interrupted by the member for Lanark, and I was trying to help the member for Mississippi Mills. May I say to the member that I know comparisons are useful because it's a clear indication of whether people are talking the talk or walking the walk. And I want to indicate to him, and I'm not being critical in the past, but the present government has allocated more than 3 times as much from the Victims' Justice Fund as the previous Conservative government did. The Premier is asking for immediate action in this regard, as is the Attorney General. We believe it is a serious situation, and we're...
New question.